Hey there friends, in this video I'm going to walk you through what it would look like to start developing your apps using Google's Antigravity. So as you can see, I've planned out a project prior and I started the development process. So usually when you start planning an app, first your agent will start asking you some questions and flesh out the implementation plan. So you can find it here. It generates an artifact with the implementation plan and it will continually edit this as you give it feedback. And once you're done giving it feedback and you'd like to start the development, you can simply say so and say I'm ready to start building the app. This is then going to develop, or this is then going to create a task checklist, which is updated in real time as it continues building out. So as you can see, it just finished going through some of the first steps that it laid out. So as you can see, I've completed the foundational scaffolding, steps 1 to 4 on our task list. It's installed the framework, built the layout shell, established the offline first database, and hooked up the views. Excuse me. I am now moving on to step 5, implementing the main character hub with our custom finance overlays. As you're developing, if you have the review driven development setting as you set up your anti-gravity suite, then across each step, usually it's going to show you a prompt and then it's going to show you what the agent wants to do and whether you allow it to run that script. So let's see if I can get it to show you what it looks like. There we go. Now it's thinking, and after it thinks, it's going to show you a program or a command it would like to run, and then it would show you the prompt. It's really useful as well, how the agents real-time edit your artifact. So for example, we have a task artifact here, and it updates this in real time, so you get to monitor the progress of each agent and what they want to do. So let's just give it a few more seconds to continue the development process. As you can see, it wants to edit some files that's generated in the workspace folder. And here is what I'm talking about. You see, it wants to run a certain command. This takes the form usually of a terminal command, maybe something with other languages like Node.js or Python. In this case, I built it out with Node.js and other features. The Svelte via Vite, I'm not sure whether I pronounced it right, but that sort of framework. So I'm going to give it permission to run this command. You can also change this to ask every time or to always run. I'm going to click allow to make sure it has the permissions, and there we go. Now I get to preview. Navigate to localhost and wait 2 seconds for the calendar view to load. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is the app it has built out. So far, this is pretty much what I had in mind. It's the calendar view with the finance option and the notes tracking. And in the calendar, it also shows you expected income and expected expenses. So this is pretty good for a prototype and a bare bones view. As you can see, the agent also is taking control every now and then. So what I'm doing is not my input, but the agent itself. So it's a really cool feature that Antigravity has. And so far, I'm very pleased with it. Although I'd also like to add some more details here, especially in the finance tracker and the notes. Specifically, I'd like to see some graphs and some a forecasting feature as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click on review, and it's very useful to annotate your previews, which you can do by simply highlighting it. So let's say I want to add a forecast option. Add a forecast option to show projected finances in graphs and tables. So that's a comment I'd like to add. I kind of messed the preview up because I was moving my mouse around. That's why it looks a little jittery while it was recording that preview. But that's how the process works. So now I'm going to allow it to continue. I've completed step 5, created a robust integrated offline database, styled the calendar grid, integrated the finance overlays, and here's a recording. Continue with step 6. As you can see, now we're moving on to step 6. The task has been updated in real time which is extremely useful. So that's a overview of what the development process looks like using Google's anti-gravity agents. I hope I was able to teach you something new and something useful, and as always, thank you for watching.